And leaping lemmings. Every lemming leaps, right, off a cliff.
In this book,
I
except
don't
for
know.
one. Except for one.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that little one lemming that decides that he's going to be his own lemming.
That's right. There's one lemming in this book, and he does not jump off cliffs with his friends. He thinks they're nuts. So he spends the whole book trying to convince them not to jump off cliffs. You know, it's to teach
What's
kids
your
about-
microphone drop? We're going to find it. Just there it is.
I'll
I
just
don't know. I'm going to these microphones. I
Just
don't-
speak louder.
No, that's okay. We're going to
we
get your
go.
mic. There you are.
Yeah.
And
So-
if you put your arm there,
There
then
we go. Perfect. So it's a book about teaching kids about peer pressure and to think for themselves and not follow the crowd, and to not be a lemming, basically.
yeah. And what inspired you to write this book? Because it's important, I think, because kids, they are so consumed by peer pressure.
Yeah. Well, my own son was 6 years old when I started this book, my oldest son. So I was like, well, what can I do to help him out? I wanted to write a book to convince him to be himself, to be an individual. And
Right.
So I just started playing, well, what animals, just follow the crowd? There's sheep and there's all, but lemmings really struck me as a
Well,
funny
lemmings,
creature.
are they, and is that true? Do they really?
No.
I mean,
No.
I can't imagine that their survival instinct is.
No, but actually that myth goes back like hundreds of years. People have been reporting this, and it actually took a documentary in the 1950s that aired on the Disney Channel to convince people that lemmings jump off cliffs, but they don't.
They don't.
No,
Yeah,
that wouldn't be good for them.
no, but it makes a good story.
Yeah, that would not be the survival of the fittest.
Yeah,
As it-
yeah. And there's some wonderful graphics in your book. Can you perhaps show some of those graphics? Yeah, and that's your book that I'm holding right now.
Well, the illustrator is Nicola Slater. She's from London.
Uh-huh.
So I've never met the woman, but she went to art school in London and is just amazing. And there's our hero running away from a polar bear, his little cape and everything. And there he is among the seals, complaining they make too much noise. And even the seals follow each other. And this is actually one of the crux scenes in the book. It's a very important scene. Basically, you have one lemming yelling out, "Should all lemmings be like the other all lemmings?" And the other all like, "Yes," and he's like, "No." And it's basically he's standing up for himself and being different. But that offers a refrain to kids where they can yell yes, no, and be part of the book, be interactive in the book.
Yeah, and I think that the book is wonderful. I did read it, and I like children's books too.
It's 425 words. There's plenty
Yeah.
of time to read it.
Oh, well, I didn't count them, but
I-
if you
I
say
did.
so.
I did. I wrote it. I had to know.
You had to know how many words are in it. And I do want to mention that John has been on this show before, and he's written a wonderful book. If you're interested at all in educating your kids about, like Pete Seeger, folk singer, and the tumultuous life that he had.
It had its ups and downs.
And he had his ups and downs.
There was a man who was also an icon, an iconoclastic.
Yeah.
Just like our little lemming hero.
There's
here.
a lemon. He
stood up for himself.
stood on his own.
That's right. He did his own thing.
So that's where your inspiration came.
That was
You
a big
did that
part of
book
it.
first, and you said, "I'm going to go for this."
I'm sort of drawn to those kind of heroes for my
Yeah,
books.
and you've done one on Judy Garland,
Right.
which I found to be very interesting because of her life and what she.
Another one with lots of ups and downs.
Yeah, she had a lot of ups and downs. And one of the nice things about your book is that it's available locally.
It is about, it's actually at the Open Door Bookstore and Barnes & Noble and all local bookstores. But I'm doing the book signing. The official book launch will be at the Open Door Bookstore on September 10th.
Okay.
So you can come downtown,
September
make a day
10th.
of
Now,
it.
wait a minute. That's an important day.
That is an important day. There's a lot going on downtown. So
Yeah.
come down for the Italian Festival, Little Italy, and you can stop by the bookstore, pick up a copy. I'll be there at the Open Door from 1 to 2:30.
Okay.
Signing
And you'll
copies.
sign a copy.
I will sign a copy. I will answer any questions you have about lemmings. I've done a lot of research. There's a
Have
lot
you
of,
really?
Oh,
What's an
yeah.
interesting fact about lemmings?
Oh, how about the fact that they like to eat moss and seeds? And they aren't just known to live in the cold. They're actually Mediterranean lemmings live where it's a little bit
Really?
warmer. Yeah, most lemmings live where it's cold.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of little interesting
So if they
facts
jumped off
about
the
them.
cliff, they would just land on ice.
Yeah, or land in the Mediterranean, the Adriatic, or somewhere, the Aegean. It'd be very nice,
And so they're vegetarians then.
They are vegetarians, yeah. They're actually part of the rodent family.
Okay.
They kind of look like bunny rabbits with, or like little, like I guess
They're
rats
cute
with like
little
little
things.
longer
Yeah,
ears.
yeah,
But
yeah. They're cute little things. And so what
And
is
they are
your?
legal to own in the state of New York, but that's
They what?
And they are legal to own in the state of New York.
You can have
but
one?
It's very hard to get. Yes.
Yeah, we should have checked with the Animal Protective Foundation. They might have a few lemmings there. Who knows?
Unlikely, but possible.
Unlikely.
Yeah. But
What does your son think about the book?
Well, he's a little bit older now.
Yeah, I know he is, but he can be a critique, right?
He likes reading it to his sisters. He's got two younger sisters, so he
Okay.
likes reading it to them. They're 6 and 8 months. I have an 8-month-old who, not into the book yet, but the 6-year-old loves it. So he likes reading to her, and he thinks it's funny. And they're all mentioned in the dedication to the
Oh,
book.
that's great. And your background is you actually were a reporter at one
I
time.
was a children's TV critic. I was paid to watch children's TV, so I thought it needed more lemmings, so I added one.
Okay, that's
And,
really
but this book is,
interesting.
it's for kids 3 to 8 years old, and my publisher actually makes available worksheets, to schools so they can talk to the students about peer pressure.
So this could be used as an educational.
Oh, absolutely. You
Yeah,
talk about peer
resource.
pressure. They have a whole worksheet and they ask kids questions about, how are you different than your friends? How do you resist peer pressure? What is peer pressure? So it's a great little learning tool.
You know what? You need to write one for adults, because there's a lot of adults that
That follow the crowd,
follow the crowd.
particularly in politics. We're going with this?
I don't know where we're going with it. I won't
there
even
are, yes.
hazard a guess, but anyway.
But
But
there
there's
are,
a
yes.
lot of people, and teenagers especially, this is written for kids, but teenagers are like, they just, oh,
to get 'em
well,
all
if
their game.
everybody's doing it. I mean, my kids used to come home and say, but everybody's doing it. And I says, guess what? You aren't.
Well, that's where the line in this book came from. If all your friends jumped off a cliff, would you?
Would you?
My
Oh, well, I
mom-
use that line all the
Exactly.
time.
My mom used that 100 times. If all your friends jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you? So I thought that'd be a great way to work that into the book.
Well, there's no Brooklyn Bridge in here, but let me tell you, if you want to educate your kids, through a fun book, this is the way to do it.
Yeah,
So,
this book's definitely on the humorous side.
it is.
It's funny. There's a lot of
sweet.
jokes in there.
It's sweet, and I love the graphics or the art.
She's an
artwork.
amazing illustrator.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
So she read your book and then decided what to draw.
No, actually, the publisher contacted her, and they did send her the text, but they had picked her out and decided her artwork was perfect for this. So.
Okay, great. So if you want to get a book for your family, and maybe you can get it and save it for Christmas if you want
Come to the open door on September 10th.
Yes, and you get to meet them in person. And you know what? Ask them a challenging fact about lemmings.
Oh, I got to do my homework now. Thanks, Ann. Thanks for the challenge. All right.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be speaking with Julia Holcomb and finding out about international travel for students.